Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for the full moon, which is occurring today, August 11th, Thursday, August 11th at 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time. But in some parts of the world, that full moon is occurring on the 12th. My calendar happens to tell me it's tomorrow, the 12th. Anyhow, let's take a look at what we have going on. Full moon in Aquarius, Thursday, August 11th and Friday the 12th, calls upon you to tap into the independence, ingenuity, and eccentricity of the fixed sign of Aquarius to solve problems or make necessary changes to your life, as the moon joins Saturn in Aquarius, bringing the seriousness of the fixed T-square aspect pattern involving the moon and Saturn in Aquarius, the sun in Leo, and Mars, Uranus, and the North Node in Taurus to a culmination point. Although Aquarius is a sign associated with the 11th house of friends, groups, and organizations, you may find less support than you would hope because of the stressful nature of the T-square. People may be busy with their own problems, or larger organizations could have a backlog of work, demands on their resources, or rules to follow that limit their ability to help you in the present moment. You may have to get creative with what you have or think outside of the box. With Venus in Leo trying to Neptune retrograde in Pisces, Jupiter retrograde conjunct Chiron retrograde in Aries, and sextile to Mars in Taurus, you may have to be your own champion and apply equal measures of persistence, patience, and pie-in-the-sky optimism to achieve your goals. Mars and Uranus trine to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn and trine to Mercury in Virgo also gives you the stamina and determination to stand your ground or argue your case until something or someone gives in. While you are projecting brave warrior, creative genius, dream believer energy to the world around you through those supportive aspects, the T-square and Venus opposing Pluto are keeping the fear and anxiety on a low boil. You know that spending too much time in negativity or rationalizing away the things you don't like will keep you stuck and block good opportunities from finding you. Change can make you feel like a stranger in a strange land, but in time, everything new becomes familiar. Or maybe by choosing change, you can free yourself from current restrictions and expectations of conformity that limit you. Let's take a look now at the chart and what's going on in the sky. And we've got that full moon going on in a fixed air sign that is known for its intelligence, ingenuity, future thinking, trend setting, as well as it's associated with being a friendly sign, but very often the good, the humanitarian good that comes from Aquarius energy is because the Aquarius energy is true to itself and is always seeking to explore, innovate, and basically go higher. And it's not necessarily that the Aquarius energy is deliberately setting out to make the world a better place or to make things better for other people. However, when the genius energy comes in, very often humanity benefits from the Aquarius ingenuity and innovation and inventiveness that Aquarius is known for. Now, there are, of course, some Aquarius people who are extremely friendly and outgoing, but you can't generalize sun signs. You have to look at people's individual charts to know what other things there are besides their sun in the chart that affect their personality and behavior. And the same can be said with Aquarius as with any other sign, that there's more than just the sun. Today we're dealing with the moon in Aquarius joining Saturn, and Saturn is actually the traditional ruler or the ancient ruler of Aquarius. We get some extra strength going on there. I also often think of Saturn as being like the backbone of a chart. It gives us the strength to get up out of bed every morning and do the things that we need to do to persevere, to think about long-range goals, to honor our commitments, basically to keep showing up and to keep working. There's a reason that we do call Saturn the great taskmaster. It is in that innovative sign of Aquarius, future-oriented. So it is seeking change or adding to you desiring to have change occur in your life. But it is definitely being challenged by the opposition to the Sun in Leo and by the square to the North Node, Uranus, and Mars in Taurus. There may be some lack or limitations, particularly with finances, because Taurus rules the second house of money. So maybe it is not enough money to get something done. Perhaps it is that you have some new idea, but other people are very set in their ways and they're not wanting to take a risk or a chance on letting go of what they already have, which has been safe and secure, to go with something that is new, creative, or unproven, even if it will eventually become the replacement for what already is. We have the expression that necessity is the mother of invention, and we have Mercury right now in Virgo, which can increase that feeling of necessity, and it is giving supportive energy here to the North Node and Uranus in Taurus, which might lead to people making up their mind and saying, that's it, we really have to do something now. So this adds some extra bolstering up to the culminating energy that usually arrives at a full moon, and it may create the tipping point that something will change, but it may require extra force or determination or willpower to do so. We have that trine to Pluto between the Taurus planets and Pluto that can also help with that. Sometimes if you just keep showing up and asking again and again, well, anybody who has children knows that eventually you say yes to that cookie or the extra, couple of minutes of playtime at the playground or whatever the child is persisting in asking for. So if you do persist, you are likely to basically wear down the resistance or get so absolutely annoying that they're going to say yes to you just to see you gone, so that you stop calling them or you leave their office, you don't show up at their door anymore, that they say yes so that you go away. So a certain amount of persistence may be a good tool to use today. Venus has recently left Cancer and it is just starting out in Leo. So we're out of the water energy now with Venus and we're into that fiery, courageous, dramatic, and passionate energy of Leo, which is more inclined to get dramatic or to puff itself up and to get loud and bold, whereas in Cancer it was softer and kinder and more concerned with the nurturing energy or the symbiosis between people, and in Leo it's going to want to get you active, creative, bold, and energized. We also have some strong Aries energy interacting with Venus and Jupiter in Aries. And I look at this as this whole aspect pattern where we have Neptune tagged in Pisces and we've got Jupiter and Chiron. God helps those who help themselves. Go be a creator. Go bring in some of that godlike energy into your life and realize that you have a lot of powerful tools at your disposal. Put them to use. If you sit around and wait for things now, things are not likely to happen or to change, or things might happen or change around you that might not be to your liking. So if you know there are particular things that you want to have happen or occur, you may have to be the one who takes initiative. It may come about because of the culminating energy of the full moon. It may be due to necessity, like if I don't get a raise, I won't pay the rent. If I don't get a job, I won't eat, or whatever it is that has to occur. The need can be a powerful motivating force. And even the fear. When we're comfortable, when we're relaxed, when everything is easy, we're less motivated. And Venus in Leo opposing Pluto in Capricorn can make you afraid of failure, that you have to succeed, can make you afraid of the repercussions of what would happen if you don't at least try to make something go the way you would like it to go. So there's a bit of fear in here, but fear can be very motivating. Definitely, some fear or resistance comes about when the Sun opposes Saturn, but the supportive aspects are definitely in place for tapping into the positivity, the faith, the belief, the imagination, the creativity. Neptune is very well aspected all over the place, even though it is in retrograde. Now, when we have retrograde planets, it can be a little bit harder to express them at their fullest power, or sometimes there can be lessons that are from the past or issues from the past that come back around, and maybe there's a second chance to step into your power with Pluto to re-inspire or go back to a previous dream, to look at how you can help yourself. If you've been looking toward others, this is very much about looking at the resources that you do have and how you are able to help yourself. So that's the full moon here and the other transits that are going on. Let's take a look at the Sabian symbol and see what it has to say. So we round up from the 19 degrees 21 minutes to 20 degrees Aquarius, a large white dove bearing a message. Keynote: the answer of spiritual agencies to thorough, sustained, and victorious individual efforts. And that's interesting. As I mentioned before, even though Aquarius can be very group-oriented, it's still about each individual giving their own unique energy to all of society or the group that can impact and change society or the group. And the victorious energy, that's very much Jupiter in Aries that we have going on right now. This concludes most significantly this series of 5 symbols. The individual who has gone courageously and with indomitable spirit through his crucial crisis receives, as it were, a deep spiritual blessing from the soul realm. Mission accomplished. Peace be with you. And here we have the type of energy coming through with Neptune in Pisces right now. And in this blessing, a secret prophecy of what is yet to come may be seen by perspicacious and spiritually sensitive mind of the recipient. Every real spiritual step a man takes in his development is the result of a victory over forces of inertia or destruction. I definitely feel that if you get too caught up right now in the Venus-Pluto opposition or the Sun-Saturn opposition, you're going to go down that path of inertia or destruction. Action is something that you will have to take. The divine is totally present in the heart of all true victories. This is the 5th and last symbol of the 64th series. What the message is depends on the particular situation, but the white dove always signifies peace. At the very heart of this peace is the certification of individual worth and victory. When I chose the image for today's forecast, I had not read the Sabian symbol, but I knew I wanted to incorporate the energy of being kind of at that crisis point where you do have to turn within, and everything may turn, everything may be different. Maybe it's different and it's scary, but you have to react and respond to the moment, and that you will find your strength within you. And perhaps the environment or the situation is not as hostile as you might imagine. I like the symbol of the bird here. I always equate birds with the air elements, and Aquarius is an air sign, that you can rise above things, or that there is some messenger coming through that is going to assist you in getting out of whatever challenging, stuck, uncomfortable situation might be occurring in your life. That basically you already have a great deal of resource within you, and that you can work it out. You can figure it out, and you can rise above, and you can adapt, adjust, innovate, and progress to your future. And if anything, it's even more important to be doing something. If you were to land on a, be on a shipwreck and land on an island, are you going to lay there and starve, or are you going to go build a hut, figure out how to catch a fish? You're going to try and do something in order to survive. And we are now at a point of deciding to do something. And that will bring about changes, I believe, for the better, because we have Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, all fairly active in supportive ways that can give you the courage and the faith to be able to move forward and create a better situation for yourself as you move ahead. Stay safe. Do be aware that this is crazy full moon energy, and that there may be unpredictable events and people behaving out of character. So enjoy it. Get out and spend some time under the moon if you can. It's our last supermoon of the year, I believe I read. And last night, when the sky cleared where I am, it was huge and particularly beautiful. I will talk to you in another 2 weeks when we get to a new moon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.